Hello and welcome to something completely different. I wanted to take a look again at End of a New Beginning, a mod which shifts the timeline quite a lot further back and forward. We've actually taken a look at this quite a while ago, and one of the devs left a comment on that video, said like, hey, we've taken a lot of feedback you've given, probably also from other YouTubers and that kind of stuff. I've been rebuilding a lot of the mod, and hey, we released a new version. Do you want to check it out? And it's on the workshop, so you guys can pick it up as well. And yeah, let's just check it out. I've like taken 2 seconds to look at it. That's always the greatest thing, right? You just start, and then Hearthstone has a message for you like, hey, we have an event going on. There's the new season. I know. Stop. Anyway, so yeah. This is the world. Gotta laugh being unprofessional. There's Africa has not been fully colonized yet, so there's all these small African tribes everywhere. That's actually probably really interesting. I don't know how much this will flushed out. I know they've been doing a lot of work. Yeah, there is East India Company. We've got the Dutch East Indies, which are green now, which is an interesting change of color. Germany does not exist yet. I think last time we took a look at Germany. No, you could have America. I can actually just take a look at the list. So, about 200 years of gameplay. They got an expanded tech tree. They have modular focus trees. Okay. Or shape-shifting focus trees to change depending on the situation. Interesting. Fluid ideology shifts. Dynamic diplomacy. All right. These are things are planned for the Victorian era. Okay, so right, let's just take a look at it. I think I just gotta jump in the Kingdom of Prussia, and we're gonna take a jump around and take a look at some things and see what we got. All right, so the must have simulate our world from 1857 onwards, although it's still early alpha stage. Bugs can sometimes happen. The team is doing the best to improve the smart. I like it. If you want to stay up to date, updates, check out the dev branch, join the Discord server, and that kind of stuff. Expect the content keeps stop around the late 1860s. So there's about 3 years now of content. No, I don't want to custom music. Alright, so let's just take a look. Well, first of all, we got a lot of stuff in here. I'm gonna go through most of this, and then yeah. So we got state of the country. This is our head of state. So this is Friedrich Wilhelm IV, which gives us -8 stability, but also +10 stability, which is okay. We have no governmental structure. We have a strong heir. We are in the Victorian era. I think these will get shifted automatically towards the correct eras. It's actually fairly interesting. We are industrializing. So you probably go from agrarian to industrializing to industrialized to electrification to mass production. It's actually really interesting. And we're a Protestant nation. I don't know what this does, but it's extra information. It probably has some likeness modifiers attached to it. We've got basic human rights. Which can actually get so we're not a constitutional country yet, but so if you want more power gain, you just strip out the constitution, which makes sense because you get more control. We have no elections because we are a kingdom, I believe. We got one-party elections, limited elections, or free elections. All right, people are more keen to go to war, or they like to go to war. We have no placeholder. And we have no placeholders here. We got open schools. Let's see. This is something yeah, I would probably I don't know how you change this, but that's interesting. Got a state religion. Atheist state. Wow. A theocratic state or a secular state. But we've got some state religion, which is fairly normal in this time period. Alright. Huh, interesting. Right, I got some more placeholders. Here, the demographic policies, we have some border control. So we have a little bit less monthly population. Because, you know, we're trying to keep people out. Interesting. Interesting. Makes sense. Right. Early mobilization. Nothing changed here. This is the same as we did with conscription. We've seen this one before. Economic growth. Population growth policies. Alright, so... Why... Oh, you just... Okay, so you spend a lot of consumer goods factories on growing your population, which is actually a fairly useful thing, especially because, you know, considering the timeline is very long, Arts has the tendency to just burn through manpower. So I think this is a very good way to, in peacetime, you know, spend a little bit more on your consumer factories for your population and just enforce them breeding like fucking rabbits. Right, suffrage. So this is the voting. So either we have the king, so that only the parliament can vote, the rich can vote, all men can vote, or everybody can vote. And then we've got limited equality. So we got just racial laws, like racial segregation. That's even slightly different, or full equality. Okay. We've got economic. This is our export law. We know that. Taxes. By upping taxes, we got less consumer good factories. We get some more political power, and we lower research time. Okay. Military budget. So this is kind of okay. So how much do you spend on your military? Okay. So it seems like political power is also like partially some of the financial stability of your country. We've got our political advisors. We've got a lot of them. Anything new here? Yeah, a couple. Nothing too spectacular. We got our, you know, our design companies. It would be weird to pick this one up. I would suggest, I don't know if this is possible, to just put a restriction on, hey, you need to have tanks research before you can get a tank design company. And you got your military staffs. Okay, so that is the political window. Wow, that has been a lot. Any decisions? Yes, we can develop Prussian homeland. We've known this one. Advance the machine era or pursue the dream of flight. Nice. So we could, all right, convert to Catholicism or to start to secularize the Kingdom of Prussia. So this is going to take you 10 years. But after that, you will become a secular nation. That's pretty cool. Ask Hanover military access. Yeah, there is not a real proper diplomacy system in Hearts of Iron, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, I guess this works. Or Prussian reforms. So what does this do? To push some reforms into German Confederation. Okay. Don't know what it does, but this is a nice one. Because then we can just, you know, move our troops across. All right, so that is the decisions. But no, let's go on to research. Let's take a look. We have a legacy of Clausewitz. So we have a land research doctrine minus modifiers. So this is our research tree. We've got weapons and equipment. Let's just start, you know, go through all the tabs. This is mostly going to be an overview. I don't know how much play we're going to do. But if you guys are really interested in seeing me play, but it's like I said, there's about 3 years of content, so I don't think it's in that stage just yet to do a full proper playthrough. But yep, we're getting a lot further. See, weapons all end at this spot. So what we have, we've just got our standard rifles. So this is the start, I believe, of... This might still be a breech-loaded rifle. 1839? I know very little about weaponry. I know a lot about tanks, but I know very little about firearms. Alright, anyway, just to go through, you got the pistols, which gives the all frontline battalions some Soft tech, then we got just our regular weapons. Breakthrough here, metal cartridges. Enhanced firearms, we get a Gewehr 71, Gewehr 88. Bayonets, which gives us more breakthrough, because we're still in the period where we use charges. Then from 1965, we got the Gatling Gun, which should probably, Ooh, this unlocks a lot of shit. Okay, we just gotta have to take a look at that, maybe. Maybe we just have to do, like, research everything, Militaries, I hope this is just an upgrade from the Gatling Gun. The Maxim, which makes sense. Which is actually fairly slow to be adopted by armies, so it's a bit maybe a bit early in the tree, but meh. Just our standard uniforms, just get some more defense, and camouflage. There we go. Let's see, horse limber. It's probably gonna say equipment used to drag artillery around. Okay. And we got some cavalry related bonuses, which makes sense because cavalry was still a large effect, which died out against around the First World War. Got a sport equipment, nothing out of the ordinary here. Tanks. We have armored train experiments and early armored trains. Now the thing is with this, how would this work? Interesting. Right, we got artillery. Flying artillery. Nah, just a kind of really. So we got some rocket fire here, bore gun, smooth bore gun, rifled howitzers. Let's see. What's the difference between these two? Completely nothing. All right. Like they said in the thing, it's just about 3 years worth of content. So this is in the 1960s. This is the point where it ends. So, got a land doctrine. Ooh boy, this is a big land doctrine tree, and this is confusing to look over. But artillery, tradition, industry, or innovation. Cool. Yeah, lack of icons basically usually means for me. Not gonna go exactly through it, but interesting. They have got their own focus trees. We got some naval related things. Nice. We have a custom naval doctrine. This one doesn't explain, however, what is what, so a little bit odd. Then we got an aircraft, early recon balloons, early zeppelins. Interesting. A air doctrine tree. Like I said, this thing is still an early alpha, but I think they did a lot of progress so far. Hell boy, we got mechanical engineering. This looks like something they spent a lot of time on. There we go, we got up to the 1900s. It's got like the railroad construction here, electric tramways, electric trains, diesel locomotion. This is real interesting stuff. Industrial production, engines. It's not gonna go through every technology. It's just gonna go over general overview. Process. Research time. This is your yep. Oil refining is in here. We've got construction speed. So they split some of this up. This is interesting actually. Wrought iron, cast iron, Bessemer process, and proper industrial ironworks, noble gases. Ooh, wow, this is just all these small little bonuses. Well, you know, whenever you have a timeline this big, you might as well have a research tree even bigger. Early tractors, pesticides, fertilizers. Nice. So they split up a lot in this way. Electronics, AC current or DC current. Together get it on the dynamo generators. This leads to all kinds of power. Nice. Radioactivity, Marie Curie. Oh wow, these trees here are fairly in depth already. Photography, reconnaissance. Nice. Aviation. This is probably literally the research into actual flight. Yep. Yeah, it is. Just some bonuses for air experiences and that kind of stuff. Awesome. Socioeconomic humility and humanities. Sorry. This is just... Let's see, we got some construction speed in here, some population growth, production efficiency. Economic mobilization cost. Monthly population person. Some trade-offs here and there. Asphalt roads, pretty good, pretty powerful. Early hospitals, that's pretty good. And special projects, which is empty. Alright, so that's the research tree, very quick look. So, yay. I don't think there's anything... No, there's nothing new in the diplomacy window. Let's see, we got any new resources? Yes, we sort of do. We got coal, wood, fabric, machine parts, oil, and aluminum. Or aluminium. This is the American version. Aluminum. Aluminium. Anyway. So, yeah, we got construction. We've got a, let's see, we've got infrastructure, airbase. I like these icons. Anti-air, radar stations, military factories, civilian factories, naval dockyards, synthetics, rocket sites, nuclear, coal mine, cotton farm. This will probably just add some steel mill, logging camp, machine parts factory. So what do you do? Farm, experimental, currently has no effect. Got our naval bases. I never realized that existed. You learned something new. Right. Nothing really spectacular in here. Take a look at that later. Yeah. So, up next is our focus tree. So we've got a Prussian economy, which focuses quite clearly on, yeah, the economy. And they have a Prussian army thing here. Just a bit of the navy, bit of the army, which leads to a new Germany, which probably, you know, has the effect that we become Germany, I guess. Then we have a election system, which can lead to an entire in-depth thing. So we either have, let's see, we can get rid of the king, become socialist or a liberal government. Then we can just use become a republic or a liberal kingdom, which is like England and the Netherlands have a constitutional monarchy, basically, sort of. I don't think they, or monarchy republic. I don't know exactly what you would call it. Or we get Bismarck. I don't know. It's much, but I always liked this idea somehow. Look it up. It's an interesting thought. It, however, is not it's not a good political system, but I like the idea behind it. Basically, realpolitik means that what is the most efficient thing that we can do for the entire country? That means that certain groups might fall behind due to the fact that they are damaging upon the entire country. It sounds cruel, but it's like if 85% of the country benefits from this, and it's something we will introduce, and it's a weird way of thinking, but it gives a very interesting theoretical process about things. Look it up; it's interesting. All right, so I'm gonna actually look up some cheats because I'm actually mostly in a showcase here. So I don't actually know any hard firing cheats. I believe there's like something like all research. Not research and click, there's like all research or something. No. Damn it. Wherefore give all research, unlock all research. Research all, okay. Alright, so we should now have everything researched. Yeah, okay. And then... Oh shit, I don't experience like... is it XP? Yeah, okay, cool. I don't cheat in Hearts of Iron, so it's a bit guesstimation, but usually these commands are fairly logical. Let's take a look at the divisions. So, at support, we have... Okay. Kind of what you expect. I think these are the rockets that we were looking at earlier. An armored train company. I don't know how you want to explain this. Like, there's so much rail that we can use them everywhere. I would love to be restrained to actual railroad locations, but no, okay. So we got ourselves our line infantry and tribal infantry, which is not something we've been using. So, and we have light infantry. What's the difference? Mostly use less equipment, but okay. Rocket artillery, mounted infantry. What the hell is mounted infantry if it's not cavalry? It's just not... It is better, but it has more terrain penalties. So I would personally just stick with line infantry. Or if you're really desperate, just use tribal. Alright, so that's our infantry battalions. We've got our mobiles. Just light cavalry and dragoons. So there isn't much yet to be... to experiment with yet here. But, you know, it's getting together. Now, do they have custom models? No. I didn't expect it to have, but... You know, if it would have been there, it would have been awesome. So yeah, I think that's a very in-depth look at the current state of where this mod is. I think most countries either do or do not have a focus tree or a star. Like Russia has a very small... This might be a generic one. Let's see. No, the French have a full focus tree. The Brits have a focus tree. Just let's pick up a small country, see. Yeah, so Russia still works with the new generic focus tree. So I don't think this is ready to be in a state of like play. But I think we're getting there. So, early armored trains. We've got more weapons here. Nice. We can early zeppelins or raccoon? I don't know why I say raccoon. Recon. I've got a couple of ships. So yeah, I think this mod is progressing well, and my advice as always has been to the developers, just keep it up, keep working on it, and hopefully at some point you'll reach a state that this has become, you know, you realize that what you're setting out for. But I like the progress it's been making. So, yeah, with that, I'm going to end the video. I'm going to thank you guys for watching and see you guys in the next one. Have a very good day. Bye-bye.